Yo, allow us to introduce ourselves.
I'm Ian.
I'm Ron.
I'm Jack.
I'm Big E.
The table, also known as Sleek.
Now, let's just get straight into this shit. So, I'd like to start this off just by saying, why can't fast food ever get our orders right like the first time? Wendy's, Burger King, KFC, Taco Bell, all of them, you always need to go up there and ask them for your food back because they never get it right the first time. But I'm always just too scared to go up there and say it, so I just eat my food sadly.
Well,
Yeah. So like last week, I went to Domino's to get a pizza, and and then they gave me two. It's like, hey, I don't think this is right. And this guy said, oh, no, that looks right. And it's like this teen guy from the next town over, and it's like, okay. So I went back in my car and went back. I checked the little tab. There was no name. It's sweet free pizza. That's just called a hamburger. Wait.
so I went back there and I said, "Yo, this isn't right." And then they said, "Oh, sorry, we'll make another one." So I was sitting there for another 2.5 minutes, just waiting for them to make my taco right for the third time now. I come out, it's a taco supreme. I'm happy. It's got the sour cream. It's got everything on it. You can tell that it's still warm. It was just made. I go to the car. I open it up, and it's messy. It's everywhere. They didn't care at all. They didn't make
Like a
it at
baby's
all.
diaper.
Pretty much, yeah, like my diaper at 3 a.m. So,
What
um,
the fuck?
You old fuck.
so basically, I had to eat it but I had really nice clothes on. I'm still wearing those clothes right now, but I was wearing really nice clothes, so I was trying not to get it on me, like Private Ryan style. I was trying to not get the food on me. So then
That made
eventually, shut up! Eventually, we went to
Oh.
McDonald's. We went to McDonald's and Uh, we got I don't know what she got because I don't think she got anything, or else I would remember. But I remember I got a small chocolate shake, and they never mix those shakes well ever. So I got this shake, and it was half vanilla, half chocolate. I had to do the entire thing myself. I had to stir it. I had to make sure that it still wasn't alive before I drank it. And
That's really depressing.
especially because I ordered it without any frosting, and I got twice as much frosting as I normally should get. So I was just they never get it right for me, and honestly, it just makes me really upset. I went to Subway, I think it was last week. I ordered a meatball marinara, and I always get the meatball marinara. It's got banana peppers, it's got mayo, and I get that. I unbox it, well, unwrap it rather. I unwrap it. I go to eat it. There's no banana peppers. I'm pissed, but I don't go back in. Instead, I go to work, sad and lumpy and hungry.
Yeah, and speaking about McDonald's, it seems like whenever I go there to order a burger, they're just like, hey, so do you want it with cheese? And I'm like, no cheese. So they're like, you want a cheeseless hamburger? And I'm just like, yes, I would like a cheeseless hamburger, you idiots. And then they
That's
come
just called a
out
hamburger.
and they have cheese with pickles on it. And I don't like pickles particularly, but I really don't like cheese. It's okay. But when I want a cheeseless hamburger, so they say, I
I
want
hate to
a
cut you
hamburger.
off, but who in their right mind doesn't get cheese on their hamburger? What is wrong with you?
Honestly,
Me.
in my opinion,
Hold on. Well, that's what a hamburger is. A cheeseburger is a cheese with hamburger with cheese, sans lettuce.
Yeah, but
but
on
in my
God,
opinion,
the lady there is just like, would you like a cheeseless hamburger?
who doesn't like the pickles at
Cheesy
McDonald's?
hamburger.
Those things are
Hey,
so
I just
they're
have
so,
to.
so nice. But
Hey, I
Ronnie,
just-
if you don't like those pickles, I'll eat your
The
pickles.
pickles at McDonald's will give you cancer. You will get liver cancer, lung cancer, brain cancer.
Oh well, then apparently I have Lou Gehrig's disease now. So
Damn.
Hey, I have a question, Ian.
what?
What Subway did you go to? Because the one in town got fucking plowed.
Pause.
But yeah, that Subway. I went to the one over by Walmart in Waterloo. Actually, it was kind of weird because not trying to offend any subcultures, but I was waiting there, and in front of me there was it felt like it was the 90s again. I mean, there was this goth just parade there. They were going, no happiness.
Yeah,
Dark
that is the
black.
90s. That was the 90s.
They were just going, dark black.
More early 2000s, but I guess
And
90s had punk.
apparently grunge came back. So I mean, it was painful, and they smelled. But anyway, moving on, so I don't like cause World War III. How about you?
When I went to fast food the other day, I got okay. So this was like about a week and a half ago. I went to McDonald's, okay, and in the drive-through, I was just chilling there waiting for my food, and the car in front of me. Okay, so yeah, I go to this McDonald's, okay, and the car in front of me, I shit. The dude who gave them their food dropped the one fucking bag that was full of French fries, and then this fat little kid gets out of the back seat. Is that offensive?
No,
I think it's fine.
it's just the
Okay.
truth.
This fat little kid gets out of the back seat and he picks up the bag of fries and gives it to his mom, and he's just like, "Mom, it's just fries." And then she's just like, "Well, what the hell? I want a refund." And then the dude in the window is like pointing at the fries on the ground, and the little kid's just like staring at him and the fries, and then looks back at my car, and then looks at the fries, gets down on hands and his knees and picks up a handful of fries, eats the handful of fries while looking at me, and gets in the back seat and drives away. I've never been more in parallel shock in my entire life.
So speaking of fast food, I have this like I can't tell if it's a dream or just a memory from my past, but I remember it was like my birthday, and I was like maybe 5 or 6. But like I decided I wanted to be like brave and eat a burger because it's like at that time I didn't eat anything but chicken nuggies and some French fries. So I tried to eat a burger, but they like gave me pickles, and I just remember seeing a pickle like on my Hot Wheels set, and I was like, dude, that sucks. But speaking of dreams, dreams are like really weird. I think I have some of the most like weirdest dreams out of anyone here. I'd like to say, but I don't really know because y'all probably have some dreams
I
too.
had a pretty weird one. I was like probably 7 or 8, and it's one of the earliest dreams I ever remember. But to make a really long story short, for some reason, I murdered Peter Pan.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I had a really weird dream. Okay, so when I was young, I had a dream that like literally it like haunted me for like years. It was terrifying to me when I was young. Like it's like some dude is in like a blacksmith building, and it's like a Muppet, and it's just like beating the shit out of a bag of flour with a baseball bat, and then it just like a random girl in a long black dress with blonde hair is walking on a football field, and like a raindrop falls down and it absorbs her, and oh my god, I just never get past that part, and I just like die.
What the hell?
Yeah, I
That
know.
is
I had
weird.
to go to like therapy about it because like that is kind of fucking insane when you're a kid.
How
Oh, you
about
can
you,
afford
Ian? What you
therapy?
got?
Damn.
Well, I have this one dream. So actually, I used to wake up in a house that I used to live in. Right? It was before I moved here. It was before I moved here, but basically, I woke up in the house, except I woke up in the parking lot next to the house, and the house was burning, but there was no fire. There was just smoke. And some innate sense, some like instinct just told me, okay, I have to go in the house and I have to make it to my bed. So I would enter the front door and immediately I would just feel like this sense of this overwhelming dread. And I would just feel no matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter how I try to make myself feel better, I'm always feeling like I'm being followed and I'm being watched by whatever the hell's in there. So every time I've had the dream, I've made it to my bed. But when I'm getting there, because I'm still in my younger self, my younger body, back when this happened. So just I'm in that like it's like Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children. For a while, you go back in time for a bit, and you're in your younger self. It was just like that. I was just in my younger self, and I have to keep on reliving my horrors that I felt when I was living there, because obviously what I feel wasn't actually there. But back when I did live there in my memory and my subconscious, now that place used to really not settle well with me. I used to get scared and wake up screaming most nights. So just having to, relive that dream and just constantly be reminded that, that used to happen to me. It's honestly just a really uncomfortable feeling, but I'm waiting for the next time it happens to see if anything changes. But for the past 3 times it's happened, it hasn't.
Well, that's
This is not pause.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I've been having dreams lately, but I don't know. I did have that one. Like, I had a couple earlier when I was like a small child. There was like what? Maybe like it was a weird fucked up vision, but like I thought about the future, mostly classrooms, and it's mostly just moments. Sometimes when I'm in the waking life, I think I remember it, but like I don't remember about it at all. But the most recent one that kind of affected me was this kind of fucked up one. So, the moon fucking falls. So I wake up in a meat dungeon, like a dungeon full of flesh and sores and such. The bars are made of teeth and bone. World is an apocalypse, I think, and I'm on the moon, and the planets are just in space. I look around to other containments. There are other evidence of flesh and viscera, bony and a mess and undulating. Mostly in like glass containments. There was a giant herbal brain just in another one hovering. Eventually there was a staircase to which I descended, eventually going around until finding what seems to be like an Egyptian tomb, except with a gas mask, which I recognize as a shitting tomb, where there was a pipe for your asshole, I suppose. There was another person crying about it. I guess he was being sentenced to it. Eventually, downwards, there was the planet rooms, where there was, I guess, mutants. This very object skin person, I suppose, with thousands of bony legs, just told me that there would be a final point. There'd be a time where the solar system would no longer exist and where all the planets would no longer be on their rings. The ultimate apocalypse where all the planets one and around go into each other faster and faster until nothing and the world becomes nothing. When I'm looking at my notes, I may have written down some sigils, I think, but I don't really recognize them at all. So yeah, his free speech website quote is it ain't free speech. He chooses to say lots of censors, mainly just swears. For quote unquote under God's name, you can't say them. I swear I saw that guy every time when I went through like a Walmart. Like, it's weird because it's not even in the pillow sections where it usually is. Like, I could walk like 10 feet and it's just there. It's cardboard cutout, just stands in front of me. I'll walk 10 feet otherwise. What the fuck? You're in the toy section. I keep going.
He reminds me of that Pico Taro dude who's saying like pineapple apple pen or whatever, except like different cadence.
Oh god.
Which brings us to our
By
next
the way,
Censor him.
Kind of our next thing here that I've found very interesting, probably one of my favorite topics here in general, is that Big E here apparently hasn't really seen any children's movies.
Yeah, sounds about accurate. You know, Finding Nemo. Yeah, Nemo for me has not been found.
Oh.
Neither
And
is Polar
favorite
Express.
scene.
yeah, and at least that one
Oh,
makes a little sense because like none of the characters are named. There's like 2 kids that have a
Know
name.
it all, kid.
Know it all
Girl
kid is the name
hero.
of
I mean, I haven't really seen kids movies specifically, but I've seen like episodes, like TV collections. That's as much as I think I can remember. Well, I think I can remember.
Huh. But yeah, I haven't seen a lot of movies. I've seen like Moana. I think that's an interesting one.
Well, I mean,
Moana's dog.
Fantasy, except Viagra.
Well, I mean, it's slowly Pixar's being less of a specifically fan of kids and more like the general family, where it's like you buy a Disney Dick Plus and buy our movies, yeah.
Movie.
Yeah,
It's
this
funny
is
because
like
Disney's
kind
full
of
of a
off.
bunch of
Okay,
nonsense.
so
This is off script a bit here. Did you hear that Mickey Mouse's like NFT or whatever you want to call it is running out in 2025?
Wait, there's a Disney NFT?
Just Mickey
What is
Mouse.
NFT?
It's like copyright protection. So after 2025, Mickey Mouse is public domain.
I'm gonna buy Mickey Mouse.
So we're gonna be able to like bankrupt Disney, hopefully.
Mhm.
Guys, I'm
well,
not
do
gonna
you know
lie.
what
I've been sitting here playing solitaire the entire time
Respectable.
with like my actual
Same.
like Fable cards.
What a good boy.
does anyone know what's gonna happen in the year 2022?
Wait.
What's that?
We're all
The
gonna get sent into the future to fight aliens.
Future.
Okay, hold on. I found this old article when I searched out like Mickey Mouse NFT that just says hold on. I found this old article when I searched out like Mickey Mouse NFT that just says Joe Biden thinks Mickey Mouse can beat Donald Trump in 2020 election. The 77 former United States vice presidents and presidential hopeful shared his thoughts on an
God, okay. So yeah,
Okay, yeah. So I used to watch, I always watch those like little cartoon series. Well, not cartoons, like TV show series on like VHS because oh yeah, my family's a bit old, so it's like oh they had those. Yeah, and I watched them. They were fine. It was like Lizzie McGuire and Little B
Lizzie
and other
McGuire?
yeah whatever. I don't remember her name. It's been like 10 years.
No, I was literally
Um.
like I swear to God.
Okay, yeah, and it's like over time shit happens, and then I think one time when my dad was putting in the VHS, it just started smoking. So it's like the VHS started to burn, I think, and then I guess that was the end of them. He took them out, and it's like, well, I guess we don't have VHS. Guess we're buying DVDs now. And yeah, now all my sisters and my VHS are gone. I mean, eventually he just got rid of them. Maybe he did put them in a full fire to purge them, or
Oh my god.
maybe he just put them on the street. I don't remember. But I'll miss Teletubbies. I'll miss
Teletubbies are
um That's
stupid.
So Raven. I'll miss
Oh,
whatever else was during that time.
cool.
Don't worry, Phil. You didn't miss anything special. Teletubbies are fucking stupid.
They're terrifying.
Have you seen Booba? It's like the British Teletubby.
No,
Among Us.
you ever had a gun pointed to your head?
No, let me show you Booba. Let me
That's
show you
basically
fucking Booba. Here's a okay.
Wait, guys, what was that show on maybe Nickelodeon where like it's Yo Gabba Gabba?
Bro, I love Yo Gabba Gabba.
You
I
know who
just
else
remember
loves
one
Yo Gabba
episode.
Gabba?
It's in specific, and they probably did this in all episodes, but like they had like children, like guest stars, children or something, and they were just chilling
Mhm.
out there telling, like the cast were just telling them stories and stuff. And I just remember the kids like eating carrots, and there was this one kid, and he was eating carrots like really weirdly.
What is he, fat?
No, he looked really skinny.
Are you saying fat people don't know how to eat carrots? Like, oh, it's like, oh, I'm so fat. Well, this is lettuce. That's a broccoli, you fucking idiot. Yeah, wow. And it just shoves in his eye sockets, his ears.
Yeah,
There's a no.
basically. That's why we have an
Yeah,
obesity problem in America. They don't know how to eat.
yeah. So, Big E,
Yeah,
what kids movies have you seen?
Moana.
Moana?
Have you seen Toy
Moana.
Story?
Ever seen what?
Toy Story.
I've seen the fourth one.
Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
Bits and pieces.
But hey, Rose. So, what did you see as a kid? Like, do you remember any series as a kid?
So basically, there was this like offshoot Thomas the Tank, but it
Just
was
Thomas
like
the Tank, not engine, just Thomas the
Thomas
Tank.
he doesn't,
Train.
he doesn't deserve
It's
to be
a
a tank.
weapon.
So Thomas the Tank Engine, it was like an offshoot of it, I think.
Oh, you mean
But
JJ the Jet Plane?
maybe.
Let
But
me
it,
give
it
you an
was
image.
it was more along the line. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. That thing's horrifying.
Oh my god, get that away from me. I'm definitely putting that on screen though.
Uh,
Oh, I
it,
remember
it was
watching that
like
show.
it was an animated show. So and it was like this guy in his train, but the train had like human intelligence.
Oh my god.
What is that, Wally?
No, that's not a train.
I mean, like it's a space train. Think about it.
Anything is a train if you try hard enough.
You know what else is Wally? All of us in the next 15 years, we're all gonna be like those fat people in Wally, sitting on their lounge chairs.
What is with you and fat people?
I don't know. He has an
Damn, bro.
obsession.
Damn, bro. Low fat fetish artist. I would like a lost comic.
You goddamn son of a bitch! I'll come over there and I'll kill you.
What?
Hello, Little Caesars. Yeah. What you want? 5 orders of normal bread.
So hey, what have we've been playing last week? Yeah.
I got realism stuff for Gmod. It makes my PC die though. It like overloads the memory. It caches data unnecessarily for some reason. So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
Gmod
Source
runs well,
Engine
but
is
like
just
everything else
swell.
doesn't. The Source Engine
Um,
does not do anything. It's poor.
um, we've been playing a fair amount of Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov. Please sponsor us. Battlestate Games, please.
Um,
It's just hard to get a sponsor, like an international sponsor, because
they're from Russia. They'll sponsor anything.
Exactly. What?
Yes.
That's
No.
So
okay. I'd just like to point out though, I'm sitting here playing solitaire, and I have an ace, a king, a 4, and a 7 right next to each other.
I support you. If you want to be gay, you can.
Okay, but what does that even mean?
yeah,
Tarkov.
nobody understands you. Yeah, Tarkov. It's swell. Definitely recommend. If you have suicidal tendencies, do not play it. It will push you over the edge.
Yeah, I'm playing RimWorld right. Well, I'm not playing RimWorld right now, but yeah, I've been playing it. Not the new DLC. I'm still trying to finish a first game. It's kind of it's fine.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few videos about RimWorld lately. It seems like the game's gotten kind of popular, despite
Oh
it's a few
yeah,
years old now, isn't it?
yeah, about
Definitely.
like 5 years. Dev time hole.
I remember watching my friend play that game whenever I used to go over to his house. It was always fun because then he'd beat me whenever he lost
What?
with a
Just
That's
shovel.
not how RimWorld works.
I know. Just
Oh.
like whenever he got raided or anything and it just didn't go well, he would just like get the shovel and
Okay.
beat me.
Wow, I'm stupid. Oh my god.
You're abused on a regular basis by that guy, aren't you? Even though he doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
On a slightly different topic than video games, but pretty similar. Firefox. So the biggest news outlets, the biggest minds in America, they can't figure out why Firefox just lost 50 million users over the last 3 months. Well, I can answer that question. Literally no one here except for Sleek
I don't
even
use
like knew
Firefox.
what Firefox was or
I knew
have
what
even used
Firefox
it.
was.
Oh, okay. I knew about it when it was like, well, not specifically Chromium, because this is specifically the well, oh yeah, that's right. It's not Mozilla. Sorry.
Yeah, they just like rebranded Firefox. But point being, nobody uses it, and like half the people in here thought that it was something about furries. So that should pretty much tell you that is why Firefox is failing because nobody cares about it. It's slow. Everything's optimized for Chrome and Chromium-based browsers. It's just why.
I mean, it's usually because it's like most things start up with their own. Is I don't even know what Mozilla Fox company is like. I don't even know what they do specifically, but like if they're just a web-based browser, that's not really gonna work in like now. Like yeah, I'd use DuckDuckGo, but it's like
Yeah, but that has a purpose. Like its
well yeah,
purpose
that
is
exactly.
privacy. Firefox is just like there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just another a Google like, and that's not exactly good.
Apparently, this isn't the first time either. Back in 2014, people were also saying boycott Mozilla Firefox, like OkCupid was because of anti-gay politics that was circulating Firefox at the time.
Hmm.
So
At
yeah.
least Edge has become like decent. Like I don't know about you guys what you've seen because I'm in like the dev build for it. But apparently like I use Edge and it's actually
Well, I
pretty
mean,
good.
it works. Well, it works on like on Windows products because you can instantly open it. Because when I use my laptop, I have to use Google Chrome for unexplained reasons. I don't want to talk about it. But uh, yeah, it's slow. But that's just Google Chrome in general, though. so I don't know what the fuck to say about that.
Yeah, Chrome has always been kind of sus. But somebody needs to kind of take Google down a bit because they got what 73% market share, something like that. That's just too much. We need
Or is it?
Who
Hi,
remembers Internet Explorer? It was so good. Now it's useless.
Yeah.
Can't wait to wait 20 years to load up a single page.
I
it's
know, right?
useless. Hold on, it's useless?
Well, because it's no longer existing now, Edge is Internet Explorer.
Or is it? Hi, my
Uh,
name's Matt. Where are your fingers?
Oh no!
no, Matthew Patrick, leave! You're banned!
Kill, kill
We
the
do not
fire!
allow Matthew Patrick in this show. Fuck.
It's bug.
Okay.
So next
We've
topic.
been going
We
for like
gotta
2 hours.
clean the whiteboard here and just go to the next topic. What video game? You gotta back this up. You can't just like spit out a name. You gotta really back it up. What video game has the best story in your opinion?
Minari Quest.
I
What the hell
I
is that?
hate you.
Explain.
It's a random Fuda game that he bought.
Ian, explain.
Right,
So
tell us the story.
basically, I went on Steam, right? And I thought, okay, so I want to find a game solely so I could stream it to my friends for shits and giggles, right? So I go onto Steam. I go to like the adults only games, and I see a game called Futanari Quest for $1. I look at my Steam wallet. I have $2. I buy the game and I stream it. The instant I stream it, everyone's like, "What are you playing?" And everyone, like 30 seconds later, everyone just said, "Hey, that woman, she has a dick."
Well, yeah.
Ding
It's just in
ding
the game
ding ding
title.
ding 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 ding. Did ding.
But
This is-
I mainly bought it just so you know if everyone's having like a boring time, I can just bust out that game, just be like, "Hey," and everyone's like, "Yo," and we play it, or they watch me
Possible
play it.
playthrough later.
Which
Yeah.
fun fact, I found out you can actually get mods for it and reshade.
Oh no.
Why would there be reshade for a 2D game?
Don't ask.
Add ray tracing
So,
Why?
why is the story so great, though?
because
Yes, tell us the story.
cock on woman.
My truest opinion, the game with the best storyline has to be Detroit Become Human, just because I love the multiple endings to it, and instead of it being, like an actual game, it's more of like an interactive movie. I can guide the characters to their deaths or to, popularity. I can make them be famous or infamous however I want. I just love the fact that my decisions have consequences. And honestly, the characters in the first parts of the story, they're okay. But when you progress with one character for a long time, like I progressed with Kara for a very long time. When you progress with one character for a very long time, you get really attracted to that character. Not attracted like not
Nah, he's a
Sexual.
raging bonio right
yeah,
now.
not sexually or romantically. Like you develop a relationship, like start to like care for that character. You want to like do everything in your power to make sure nothing bad happens to them or their friends. So it's just like I love the fact that a game can make me feel emotion, and that game simulated it perfectly.
Yeah. Mine that I think is probably the best story-wise, gotta be Red Dead Redemption 2, just because it's so long. Like the sheer length of the game, probably like 54 hours first playthrough. And that's not even with like most of the side missions. You just spend so much time with the main characters that you really get to like learn about them. And Rockstar Games, they have questionable practices with their online games, but their stories always superbly written. They just they blend action and then like a lull in the action very well. It just ends up being this amazing thing where by the end you're just really connected with the character, and the fact that there's not necessarily a happy ending. I mean the game's like 3 years old, so if I spoil it, it sucks for you. But it's just the fact that the game doesn't really have a happy ending. It's a very bittersweet ending. It's just not what you see very often because like in Grand Theft Auto 5, sure it kind of depends on what you choose, but if you choose like the canon ending, it's a really happy ending. Like most games have a really happy ending now, and it was just cool to see that Red Dead 2 really didn't have a super happy ending. It was kind of depressing, but also really great.
But I gotta ask, Can Rockstar beat Goku?
You know what? You know what? I think they'd probably have to like take some fentanyl. Who do you think has the best story and why?
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Both
It's
of them?
just well, two specifically. It's just I like it. It's probably one of my favorite story modes. Well, take that back. It's not the best, but the best in my opinion is definitely Detroit becoming human.
That's what I said.
Just
Nice.
nothing compares to um Ian, what's the black guy's name in the game?
Marcus.
Marcus's arc. And like
So,
nothing compares to Marcus's arc. I think Spencer was an annoying ass character, but
so I'm guessing that you progressed on Marcus most.
yeah, his was more interesting than like the one girl and
Hey, don't stop there. Don't you dare talk shit about Kara.
Kara. Kara was okay, but she was just not as interesting as like Marcus or I hate saying Spencer was interesting because he really wasn't fucking interesting, but like Spencer was a little interesting, I'd say.
I never played the game. I watched 2 playthroughs, so I know the game not front to back, but really well. I don't even remember Spencer.
He was the cop.
Wait, that's what his name was? I thought he was just some guy.
Wait, like the old guy?
No. That's his partner. I don't fucking remember the partner's name, but Spencer's the young cop that's like a robot.
Wait,
He had a name?
your main character, he's Spencer. That don't sound right.
Mm-hmm. The dude in the suit, correct?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the person you play as?
Spencer.
He
That's
just
Spencer.
he had a name, it's just weird.
I never thought about that. Damn.
For me.
No, it was Connor.
Yeah, it was Connor.
I'm
Wow.
so sorry.
Oh god, I'm dying.
I was like, no, Spencer's not right. I know this guy too well.
There's a
It's
video
Connor.
game.
Main characters' names are Kara, Connor, and Marcus.
Kara.
Yeah, it's
woo!
Connor. That's the guy that we're talking about. So
Kara.
woo!
Kara's
shut fuck.
dog shit.
Yeah, dog. So Sleek, what are your thoughts on the best story for any game?
I haven't played too many narrative games in a long time. From what I can remember, I gotta give it to Paper Mario. Like, I know that sounds stupid, and it's like, yeah, the recent games are kind of shit. They are, but like, yeah, to erg on how people would say about Thousand Year Door, yeah, back when Nintendo was on their shit, the GameCube had some good stories with them, with like some of their series, like the Metroid, the even Mario was kind of better there. Sunshine was kind of okay there, but how they how they wrote Paper Mario, it's like, yeah, they have so many fruitful characters, so many talents, so many culture. It's like the quests are kind of interesting. It's like even the leveling system doesn't feel like just another RPG, because aside from the action commands, it's like you feel like you can actually strategize to what you can do, and like the partners, like, yeah, the partners were great. Like Bobbery, god damn Bobbery. And like they tried to do that again in the same vein, and it's like, actually that was kind of effective, but Bobber, you gotta give it to him. The man had a wife, and it's like, even though he was a literal fucking bomb, he just, you had to cheer him up about finally giving the letter to give him courage to join you on your party, from his deceased wife, never going back out to sea again, and it's like, damn. And the story with the exes, yeah, it was more intense than what, which is another Bowser story. I guess that's why Bowser was the other one. Um, but yeah, even Super Paper Mario, I know people are mixed about that one, but I kind of liked it. The partners were kind of shit. Tippy was whatever, but I don't know. I like it. Count Black, Tasha, yeah, they were cool. Spider Lady was also hot. That's beside the point.
So I gotta say, my favorite video game series is definitely Dark Souls because in the story, You wake up in this broken world that has been destroyed by the people who ruled it, by the gods who tried to keep it alive. But letting one of them try to recreate the first flame, which gave life to the world and allowed humans and like general beings at the time to fight off the dragons who ruled over the harsh gray crags and stone trees that littered the land during those times before humans. Eventually they had to fight the dragons, and one of the dragons, who was often mocked for being scaleless, which was what gave the dragons their immortality, um, fought fought the dragons and helped the humans fight the dragons, and by giving the humans electricity and lightning, it's not like electricity as in like power, like cars and lamps and all that.
Cars and lamps.
Cars and lamp.
Cars. But yeah, basically Seath, so Scalus, which was the dragon's name, who got mocked by other dragons, gave the humans lightning, which allowed them to fight. But afterwards, when the humans won, the Chaos Witch Izalith, who allowed, well, not allowed, but like used the like flames as sorcery or magic, tried to recreate the first flame and caused a bunch of demons to pop up, which then you made Gwyn, who was like the god among gods. Um, Along with the Silver Knights, have to fight the demons, which turned the Silver Knights armors black, which is why in the games you can find Black Knights. And during the series, we see how the world is like incredibly broken. And I heard this from a YouTuber who had once said that he realized by the third game your character had been doing the same thing and reigniting the flame, but yet the world you lived in was so broken. And so maybe by embracing change and doing like the dark ending where instead of lighting the flame you just walk out on it, you could break the cycle and maybe get something better in return for the whole world. But yeah, I gotta say because of the diversity in the games and how like your way of playing it in like the two or three endings in like the third game, or was there four? But there's it's just definitely one of my favorite game series because during like the whole series, it's just this almost meaningless to it after you realize that what you're doing is not helping. So let's get on to the next topic of
So our next kind of topic here is that apparently Biden was like, "Yo, I rode an 18-wheeler." Well, actually, he drove. He said specifically, he said that he used to drive an 18-wheeler, which even the White House itself struggled to defend that. They were immediately just like, "We define drive and define road, define truck." Apparently he rode in an 18-wheeler for like 500 miles to Ohio, so I don't know.
Well,
Do you think that counts?
you see, I could get behind that point kinda because I know I haven't actually driven a car very far. But the first time I had to drive it, I've been watching my mom, my dad, my grandparents drive for quite some time now. And honestly, I haven't driven, I didn't really know exactly what to do, but just seeing how they did things and what they did when they were driving, it really just kind of helps me like get a feel for a step-by-step process of what to do. So I can kind of get behind why he thought it would be okay to drive a huge truck like that just because if you drove, 500 miles, that's a lot of time to observe and see how people do things. So,
Yeah.
a human's greatest quality is the ability to see and then recreate things. So from him seeing the driver of the truck drive for 500 miles, or me seeing my family drive their car for over a decade now, it's just I can mirror that and I can recreate it, and I did it pretty well. So I can understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, makes sense.
Huh? What's that? What's that in the sky? Holy shit! Ah!
and
I am Jesus fucking Christ! I give you this toaster and a George Foreman! The
Turn
fuck
it on.
off!